Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are primarily working on our economy here, and we have a lot of economic work to do. So we're going to continue to work on that. We could, in theory, let's see, we can't raid, I believe. Let's double check that. Yeah, we can't raid. So that's fine. That would be a good way to boost our economy in the early game, but that's not a thing that we can do from this position, of course. We could gain 50 piety. And that's what we'll do. Fantastic. We can build out over here. Now, what duchy is this part of? This is part of Fez. So this is going to be part of our military duchy. So we need to think here. We're definitely going to have military camps built here. Beyond that, what else are we going to build? Pastoral lands. This also makes money, and we're probably going to end up going for outposts here. Given our options. We could go for camelry as well. Actually, that's pretty good. We could build a camelry and a pastoral lands as well as a military camp. That would be, I think, our best option here. So we'll have to wait for some cash. That's fine. Our Sultana was murdered. That's very rude. And we're just looking for someone who has good congenital traits at this point. So there we go. Cool. So we're above our domain limit. And that is because our new primary wife is actually really bad at stewardship. I didn't realize that that was our primary wife. Skill 9, skill 10, and skill 5. Not great. We should actually do this. We need to sort by stewardship, and we'll go for her. Cool. And now she needs to become our primary spouse. And get set to manage domain. There we go. Much better. Fantastic. So we're making 4.9, 5.1, 5.7. Not too bad. Not too bad. I assume we don't have any prisoners that we can ransom. This guy's a vassal. But he doesn't really have the gold. So that's fine. We need to be making gold at this point. So we should come over to Fazaz. And we should really be investing in farms and fields in locations where we can. That'll be the top priority. After that, we'll have to decide between hunting grounds and pastoral lands. And that's kind of based on, do we want... That was not the button I wanted. Pastoral lands will boost up our light and heavy cavalry, whereas hunting grounds, or camelries, we could go for camelries too. What are the stats on camel cavalry? They counter light cavalry, 22, 15, 20, 20. That's decent. Okay. Good to know. For the moment, I think this is okay. So we're saving up our cash. And we would very much like to build farms and fields as our next building in these locations. That said, I want to check in here. That's a small plantation. We'd like to get all of these holding buildings built up so that they don't build the wrong buildings. These castles we can change. These we cannot. Currently, I'm not seeing any wrong buildings, to be clear. Hillside fields, guild halls, yeah, those are all fine. For the moment, that's okay. We can ransom this guy now. He'll pay us 16 gold, and I think that's worthwhile at this point, actually. So we'll let him go for 16 gold, because that allows us to come down here, actually, here, and build farms and fields. So that'll be done in 3 years and increase our income by 0.5 point. That's great. We need to continue working on our economy. Who is this? Our wife? She can attempt to win our heart. I think that's fine. No problem with our wife attempting to win our heart. Cool. Let's check in on our royal court event here. We're going to take prestige. Thank you very much. We gained a level of fame. That is nice. Okay, the murders at court are continuing. And we're going to pray for the victim. We're going to continue building up our piety there. Our player heir came of age. That's fine. And these guys can marry. They will do so. Cool. So we can declare war on this guy and this guy. That's definitely things we can do. We can continue to expand to all of this. That's all de jure. Okay. We can only do it county by county at this stage of the game, though. So that's a little bit awkward, for sure. But getting more vassals under us would increase our income. We do need to bump up our crown authority, though. That will help us a lot on that front. And it will cost us money to go to war. Specifically, our troops cost money to be raised. So the question is, are we better off focusing on our economy right now? Or are we better off expanding to our de jure limits? That's a good question, actually. I don't 100% know the answer to that one. I'm leaning towards... I don't want to spend money. Stop wasting my time. That'll drop our stress level as well, so that's good. I'm leaning towards continuing to invest here. So we get a lifestyle perk here. Hergeld would be okay. Vassal tax contribution. How much are we actually getting from vassals, though? 2.2. So this will get us 0.22. It's not awful, but it's not great. The other option is War Profiteer, which will offset the cost of going to war by 10% and expanding out this way. I think that's actually the better option. And once we have War Profiteer, that'll boost our income by 0.64 while at war. So that gives us a better incentive to attack these guys and get their vassal taxes trickling in. So we have to use de jure CVs. Those are the only CVs we're allowed to use here. And we'll just raise all of our forces here and walk on in. We'll look to end this war as swiftly as possible. We just finished promoting culture, and we definitely want to continue converting faith. Let's see here. These are already Zaidi. Cool. So we'll convert down over here, and we will promote culture here as well. Fantastic. Obviously, we win that battle extraordinarily easily. At this point, we don't need our levies. So we can split them off and save 6 gold per month. It will take them 3 months to return home, but it'll take us a max of 8 months to siege this. Do we have a siege commander at this point? Let's look through here. No, we don't. Okay. So that seems fine. Ooh, that was a really good siege event that we just got there. But we're making money now. That's great. I'm hoping we get some good captures here, too. Okay, there's escalation going on. Our primary wife died again. So there's a lot of murders going on at our court. There's no doubt about that. Well, we need a new primary wife, and we will make her our primary spouse. There we go. And she will, of course, be managing domain. Cool. They're going to attack us here. Exciting. We actually captured his son and heir, but I'm going to finish this siege for 2 reasons. One... Oh, okay. We'll confront him. Okay, so 1 reason, we get 17 gold from it. 2 reasons, we get some prisoners. So we will go ahead and enforce those demands. Some of those prisoners will be released. But I want to check in. Yeah, we can do some ransoming here. So that's an additional 10 gold. Cool. Okay, so this guy was the guy who did the murdering. He is going to be executed, I think. There we go. Problem solved. He learned Arabic. That's impressive. Okay, so we're going to ransom this guy for an additional 10 gold. And I definitely want to build in Marrakesh. So we can't currently build a duchy building, although once we can, we will certainly go with tax offices. But for now, I want to put in... We need both a pastoral lands and a camelry here, ultimately. So we're going to do neither of them for now, since we can't afford it. But we can ransom this guy off for an additional 10 gold. And this guy for an additional 10 gold. Cool. And now we can definitely build the pastoral lands. I'm going to do that before the camelry, because the camelry does not generate gold until you reach level 4. And even then, it's not much gold. But it's the only other gold generating option here. So we'll build our pastoral lands here. Cool. So that's underway. Our court grandeur rank increased. That's great. We're going to be making more money over time. But for now, I want to check in. Vassal taxes are now 2.5. Sounds good. I'd like to attack this guy and seize this de jure. He only has 400 troops. So with that in mind, I'm only going to raise our men-at-arms. And that'll save us some money on this. We immediately win that battle. And now we're going to siege this on down. Fantastic. So we've got 7 months on that siege. We are, of course, increasing our income by 10% for being at war. But it's being reduced by a good amount for having our troops raised as well. Your oaths are all that matter to me. It'll be fine. Cool. So we're going to finish up our siege here, eventually. And we'll continue to expand down this way as well. We can only attack one of these at a time, and only one duchy at a time. Or rather, one county at a time. We don't have access to duchy levels yet. So we're going to attack probably over here first, and just work our way over, and then we may have to wait out truces. We'll see how that goes. But our primary focus is on increasing our income right now. That's what we need more than anything. Cool. So this war is over. We'll enforce our demands and disband our troops. That guy became our vassal. And can we do any ransoming? The answer is no. That is sad. To be sure. Proof of devotion, huh? Learning +1 isn't bad. We can definitely do that. We have the Worn Language Manual. And we should have gotten a rare orchid as well. Is that actually just an event here? Oh, okay. Sure. I thought that that was a trinket, but no, that's still fine. 20 years of +1 learning for our increased innovations. I'm okay with that. Sounds good to me. So next up, we're going to need to attack this fine gentleman here. Actually, he's pretty powerful. I'm going to hold off on that one. He's reasonably strong. This guy's not so strong. So we're going to attack this guy first. He has how many troops? 740. I think we can beat that with just our men-at-arms. So in we go. This will be potentially a little bit longer of a war. So I see his forces out over here. I'd like to try to chase him down. Yeah, he's just running off. That's fine. I mean, it's not necessarily fine. We do want to be out of this war as soon as we can. I didn't expect him to just run this direction, but here we are. He's trying to embark now, and he's not going to succeed. So we're going to fight him in the mountains here. We should win this, right? Yeah. His men-at-arms are light infantry and light cavalry, which light infantry are countered by... Well, heavy infantry counter themselves. Our camels counter their light cavalry. Their light infantry are kind of not countered by anything right now, but neither are our heavy infantry. So we should win this. Cool. We finished up our crop fields up here. That's making us an additional half gold per month. That's a very big deal at this point. So now we're going to head back over to Z's. And we're just working on making as much cash as we possibly can at this moment. We're going to be finishing up our pastures here soon. And there's just so much that we need to build. We need so much gold at this time. They're heading southward. I'm going to let them go here. I want to get this ticking war score, if we can at all help it. So how long will that siege take? It's only a level 1 castle. It shouldn't be too bad. 8 months. Okay, sure. We'll see what we get from siege events. Okay, pastures have been finished up in Marrakesh. That's good. That is very good. We're going to get our next focus soon. We're going to have to take Herkeld, I think, for our next one. We don't have that many Republican vassals. We do have a couple. Like this guy. But that's fine. Yeah, our Sultana can be our soulmate. I'm okay with that. No issues here. Apparently, someone attempted to murder us, but our Sultana saved us. Cool. So we found our soulmate. And we just happen to already be married to her. That's very convenient. We can ransom off a couple of prisoners, and we definitely should. That 10 gold is extraordinarily impactful at this point. So they have ticking war score on their side, but we're about to get ticking. I see these guys embarking over here. Honestly, we're just going to move to their capital. Okay, we finished increasing control in Tangier. Let's see what we want to do here next. We can just increase control in Suda. That'll be fine. We can work on control for our vassals. That will boost our own vassal taxes a small amount. Not a lot, but enough, I think, to be worthwhile. 9 months on this capital fort with ticking on our side. These guys are on their way over, and we'll evaluate how long it's going to take them to finish their siege once they arrive. We should be far enough ahead on the siege curve that I think that this will end the war. Yeah, they've got 5 months, so we've got plenty of time there. We'll take Hergeld right now for some sweet, sweet vassal taxes. And I want to check in here. Do we have any male children? We actually do. We've got this guy. I'm going to educate him ourselves and give him a stewardship education. There we go. And this guy is an adequate bargainer. I would like to disinherit him. We don't have the resources to do that right now. This war is over. We will enforce our demands and disband our troops. So these we're going to need to hand out. We don't ever want to actually hold this ourselves, so we will certainly grant that out to a different noble. Looks good. There's no control here, so we're not going to be getting any tax increases from that. But look at this. We're already up to 8.6 income per month. That's really solid. So Maghrebia here, we definitely want to build in... It doesn't matter whether we go for pastoral lands or hunting grounds, except that hunting grounds is substantially cheaper. They will end up giving us the same amount of gold, which means that hunting grounds will pay for the investment faster. So we'll get that going. And as far as this over here goes, it's going to be the camelry. We're a little ways away from getting that queued up, though. So that's fine. For the moment, I'm not too interested in fighting these guys. That would be a big, expensive war. This would be a fairly big and expensive war as well. So for the moment, we're not going to do that. We're just going to chill. And I do want to get this camelry built here eventually. But the camelry is not going to make us money right now. So I think that the camelry is not a good construction for this moment. We would be far better off. Ooh, we definitely debase the coinage if we can. It's a lot of stress, but we got them. Cool. And this is not within our duchy. Got it. I would like to revoke this guy's title. We don't have limited crown authority. So for the moment, that's not an option. This guy has an heir. Okay. Just checking in there. Only in solitude will I find peace. Cool. So we can seclude ourselves for some for some prestige here. We can also lash out. There we go. Cool. I just don't want to spend cash at this moment. So what we need to be doing at this time, because we don't have any economic buildings to construct other than in our military duchy, which I'm avoiding constructing in for the moment. What I want to do right now is start working on getting constructions done in our non-us holdings, places that we're not going to hold. So this is building a small hill fort. We will eventually be able to revoke that and change that. I don't care about the castles. Right now, what we want is level 1 buildings in each of these holdings. So we want all of these building slots full of things that are acceptable. Which, so far, I haven't seen any unacceptable things. Ooh, 50 gold. That's just free 50 gold. I love it. That's really, really big. So we're going to go to this here. They've already got simple stone quarries and guild halls. So we're just going to put in pastoral lands here. Now, we're not going to get the full benefit of that, because we only get a percentage of it. But that's still important. We finished up converting faith, and we will continue to work on converting all of these regions over. Fazaz will be our next location that we work on there. There's our increased control in county task done. And I want to head down to Z's and work down there. Beautiful. So that'll be great. Our income is not exactly skyrocketing at this point, but it's certainly going up. So we need to think about locations like this, where we can build military camps, we can build pastoral lands, we can build camelries, and like a desert agriculture. In which case, we should build the desert agriculture as soon as we can. And the pastoral lands. So that'll be fine. Oh, there's going to be a number of those, I think. So we've already got pastures here. Let's see. This allows farms and fields. So barracks and military camps and pastures, for sure. We could do hunting grounds for the levies. And that is what we're going to end up doing. Okay. So we're going to need to build those economic structures as soon as we can. Here in our capital, we know for a fact we're going to build barracks and military camps. And we've already got the small plantations and pastures, so there's nothing else that we're going to do here, although I might end up switching the desert agriculture out later for farms and fields, which I almost certainly will. Farms and fields is a much better investment, in my opinion. Yes. That is certainly something that we will do. But for now, that costs money. And we're making money from it as it is, so I'm okay with it remaining for the moment. So this is Hunter's Lodges, Hillside Fields, and Guild Halls. That looks good. No problem whatsoever there. I definitely want to come down over here. And we want to build those pastoral lands. Actually, we wanted the desert agriculture first, right? Because we want camelry, military camps, pastoral lands, and desert agriculture. So we'll get the desert agriculture going, and that will pay for itself eventually. Looks good. 30 gold or turn a quick profit. I think... the profit is the way to go here. So we need a new chancellor, and that will be this guy. Cool. Oh, we can extort our subjects. We definitely want to put that on cooldown. Okay, we're going to gain 75 gold for county extorted. Looks good. Yes. So there's 75 gold. That means that we can come up here. We have pastures already. Barracks and military camps are going to fill these 2 slots. So what's going to go here? It's going to be hunting grounds because that does generate levies. This is our military duchy. So anything that generates levies and cash will be preferable over things that generate just cash in this duchy. So there we go. We'll get that underway. We can ransom this lady for 10 gold. Consider it done. Okay. And then this here, we're going to need barracks and military camps for sure. And then it's going to end up being pastoral lands and hunting grounds. So we're going to need to build the hunting grounds here first. That will be the top priority. But we're definitely making good progress on getting our economy online. It's not there yet, but we're getting close. Hunter's Lodges just constructed over here. That's great. We're up to 9.6 gold per month. And we know that we want hunting grounds here now. Cool. Okay. So we're going to have all of our economic buildings for all of our locations soon enough. Pastoral lands will need to be built here for 135 gold. That's pretty expensive for the moment. And this was going to be camelry, but we are delaying that. So that's completely fine. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to continue to boost our economy. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, JJ Gamer, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, Atala, Jens Graham, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.